Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Tinnitist TV. Today I am talking to Rich Hope. If you've been keeping score at home, you know it's been a while since we heard from this Vancouver rock and roll troubadour. To be precise, he hasn't put out an album since 2018's I'm All Yours. But the singer-guitarist and full-time barber has finally returned to action, and he's picking up right where he left off with his new album Live at the ANZA Club. Recorded in the spring at one of his favorite haunts, the album captures Hope in an all-star lineup as they tear through hits and deep cuts from his vastly underappreciated catalog. Like any bar band worth the cover charge, they do it all. Rock, blues, soul, Americana, boogie, country, garage rock, and more. And with a blazing remake of the Long Ryders classic Looking for Lewis and Clark tossed in for good measure. With the album streaming now, Hope zoomed in from his West Coast digs to talk about what he's been up to, what comes next, watching Jack White and the Rolling Stones, and plenty more. Enjoy. You got this new album, this live album,
Yeah.
live at the ANZA Club.
hmm
Interesting choice given that we haven't heard from you for a few years and you come back
Yeah.
with a live album, which is not something most people would do. Explain to me the thought process behind this decision.
Oh wow, there wasn't a whole lot of thinking. Yeah, that last record really came out right before wonderful COVID, and then there wasn't a whole lot of things we could go do. Um, and Actually, right as I'm saying this, now I'm thinking about how things work in the universe. So
Oh, you know. Oh, you've got the answer. Great.
I
I
do,
share.
right? That's why I'm wearing this hoodie like this, like I'm a wizard.
It's handy.
No, I'm just thinking about this because one of the things I think I hated most about that whole time, people would be like, "Oh, are you creative? Are you doing anything?" Because there's so much time.
Right.
And I was like, "Well, I wasn't feeling particularly inspired by the whole world at that point. It was just kind of a downer." And I think the biggest thing when I look back was that we couldn't play music. And
Hmm.
I love playing music. I love playing live. And because we couldn't do that, I find that my creative process suffers a little bit because
Really?
if you can't be doing it and being out there, I just wasn't very inspired.
Hmm.
So you get flash forward to last year and um I'd started writing some things or whatever, but my buddy Nick, he'd been sort of talking me on and off about making this live record. Um I'm a barber. I was cutting his hair. He's sitting in my chair and he's like, "We got to do this." And we just started to hash out how that was going to work. And all of a sudden, I was like, it's kind of a fun idea. And let's just do it. I just kind of let it go.
Hmm.
Because at first I thought, well, it's not going to work because we should be playing, 50 or 100 shows a year and then record them all. But then we started thinking about, can we just do a couple of nights and
Right.
really get something? And I think it turned out that we could. So
Uh,
it worked out
you
pretty good.
very much did. Yeah. I mean, it's just 2 nights, right? That you kind of pulled this together
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. We played the same set 2 nights in a row and just
Okay.
blasted it out.
It sounds like a band that's played 50 or 100 shows. So,
Well,
mission
yeah, that's nice
accomplished.
to hear.
Yeah, yeah. I do have one bone to pick with you, though, on it. Double live. It should have been a double live.
Oh, yeah. No, and I hate to say that it could have been a double
Uh-huh.
live, but it's, uh, to press an LP right now, double is just, it's
Oh,
insane.
God, yeah.
It's
But I
so
mean,
much
even just
money.
for the digital, for the streaming.
I think that you will see that at some point. We're kind of going to work
Okay.
out how we're going to get the rest of the tracks mixed and ready to go. I
Okay.
suspect before maybe even by a year's time or maybe a little bit after, we'll get it all up there.
Nice, nice. Because
I
I
think
want
we
to I
all
want to
feel,
delve into that a little more with you. Because how did you pick a set list? Because you've got, I don't know, by this point, from one thing and another, probably what, 50, 60, 75 songs to, and then all the covers you could toss
yeah,
in.
yeah,
It's a pretty
um,
pretty big well to draw from. So how did you figure out what you wanted to do?
yeah. You know, in the months leading up to it, couple months leading up to it, Scott Smith, who played guitar on the record, he and I do a lot of writing together and collaborating. So we just sat down and kind of went through the catalog and thought, there was a wish list of things I really wanted to play and a couple that like absolutely were no question going to be played. And then there was a bunch of stuff. Um, we would sit around the kitchen table and say, okay, is this going to work with the full band or is it not or whatever? And I mean, some of that stuff was the Evil Doers stuff that when we made it, it was a two-piece band.
Right.
And probably some of those songs, as a drum and guitar band, they really, really worked because they were kind of trashy. And what we didn't want to have happen is those ones end up kind of like blues rock, too classic rock. They sometimes if we put a full band behind them, they got a little too bloated, and we were like, no, we don't want them. Those ones, So there was a little bit of that, just taking stabs at songs and seeing what worked. But that part of it was pretty easy. And then as far as playing the set, once we went to listen to everything, I listened to it, Scott listened to it, and a couple of the guys that helped put it out listened to it. And we mostly came up with the same songs that we thought were the best.
Because it does seem to lean a little more into the rootsier, countryer side of your sound as opposed to, like you say, the garage rocky, Jack Whitey, John Spencer-y side.
Yeah.
That was kind of a very conscious, or was that just how the set appears in terms of what you sequenced for the album?
It might just be that. Yeah,
Okay.
it might just be that. I mean, when you say garage, I mean, I think that It Come Alive and 5 Cents a Dance, the first couple songs, those are pretty garagey tunes. And then like I alluded to, the sort of Whip It On You two-piece side of the band is represented in Whip It On You and When My Light Comes Shining and a couple of those songs. I think the sound of what's going on is just more where my head is at right now.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that, really. Um, and did you just do it at the ANZA Club so you could pay homage to Jerry Lee Lewis with the title, or is there some other? Because you wanted to have a Live at the Star Club reference.
Yeah. No, that was not the intention. So going back to the conversation about how we were going to make it,
Right.
I was like, well, if we can't do, a bunch of shows and record them, so what about if we did the kind of, the Black Crowes did that record a few years ago, a lot of years ago now, before the Frost, and they did it in Levon Helm's barn.
Right.
And they had a studio audience there. So I was like, why don't we do a studio record kind of thing? But maybe there's, 25, 30 people. And Eric Nielsen, who played bass on the record and produced it, he works out of the CBC building here. So one of the ideas was, we could do it in the big orchestra room and have people down there. Like, wouldn't that be cool? But it became a kind of a logistics thing, like there's too much security and whatever. And then also, once we started to think about financing it, we were like, well, it would be better if it was a bit bigger show where the ticket price could help pay for it.
Right, offset, yeah.
Right. So the ANZA Club came up because I think Eric may have suggested it just because he thought it sounds great in there. And it's not a super big room. It only holds 100 some odd people, although that's the capacity. Physically, it could hold a lot more. But
500, 600 probably. When
honestly,
they jam them in.
could, yeah, you really could get them in there. And then we just thought, that's enough, and that's perfect. So it's kind of intimate enough, and then also still a good live show. And then the last thing about the ANZA that appealed to me was that I have lived and worked around there for like the past 30 years of my life.
Oh, okay.
And
so it's home.
It's totally home. Like when I moved up to that neighborhood, we started doing shows there in the 90s, and some of the clubs were dwindling, and some of the bigger ones we weren't big enough for yet, so we just put shows on in there. It's great.
So how did you go about technically recording this in terms of miking and production and things like that? Because it has a fairly I don't want to say bootleggy sound, but it also doesn't have that sound of, you know, 48 track pristine. It feels like a live show, like you're standing there
Yeah,
hearing it, you know?
yeah. Um, well, that's a tougher question for me to ask because I wasn't exactly involved in the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, it
the,
wasn't just a case of slipping a cassette in the deck at the board.
oh God, no, no, no. Eric had he had a good set of room mics out there. He had
Mhm.
everything isolated, and we were able to, properly mix it when it came
Oh,
time.
okay. Because again,
Yeah,
it feels like a really you know, coherent thing. It doesn't have that.
yeah.
And I think in this case, having too much separation would kind of ruin it, you know? You would kind of lose
I
the.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I was one of my maybe I don't know about concerns, but I when I went to listen back to it after we were done, I was like, okay, is this just going to be a collection of a bunch of songs we played, or
Mm.
is there going to be some kind of a vitality to it? Like, is it going to
Oh,
be
yeah, absolutely.
important? And I mean, even as the guy closest to the music, I was like, whoa, yeah, this is good. He got something here.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that we referenced the Star Club record on the bio is because that's how it came off to me. Like that record just sounds like somebody put a mic in the middle of that stage,
I'm sure it
that
is.
show,
Yeah.
and let them go.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not like a Springsteen live record where you're culling from thousands of shows. So I think your point is well taken. It's kind of more of a lightning in a bottle situation.
Very
And
much
there's
so.
I think it benefits from a little bit of that like bootleggy idea.
Yeah, for sure. Was there much sort of going back and I flubbed that note? Did you do some overdubbing and fixes and punch-ins, or is it just all kind of what went in?
There's a couple.
Okay,
You,
nothing
you,
major.
yeah, no, nothing major. Those things happen all the time, and
Uh-huh. Are they all your
uh,
mistakes or
always my mistakes.
always?
No,
Okay,
no,
well,
no.
yeah. Well, you got
Eric
Havers
made
in
the
the
most.
band, and I don't think he ever flubs, does he? I mean,
Who's that?
Daryl Havers.
Havers has not flubbed a note in 30 years. I don't think.
I know, and considering he's on it approximately, best as I can tell, he seems to play on approximately 40% of all music recorded in Vancouver.
I know.
It's like,
He's,
where does he
he's
sleep?
incredible.
Does he even sleep? I don't,
I don't know. I don't
it's
know what he
crazy.
does, but I'll tell you what. Like
Hmm.
he was maybe one of the first elements of um listening back where I was like, yeah, this is live because like
Hmm.
a couple tracks from I'm All Yours, like he didn't play on that album. Matt
Right.
Matt Kelly played the keys on that album. And Daryl's there's a couple times where I want Daryl to play parts because they're good parts,
Right.
but he has that great balance of throwing in his own color and it's never too much and it's
Hmm.
never not enough. And on this particular, there's stuff that I was just like, man, he's feeling it. And yeah, I
That's good. Yeah,
remember,
well, it comes across. It's the whole band is great. I mean, Scott's great.
yeah,
Eric and Leon are both. I mean, you can't go wrong with these guys, right?
no, you really can't. They
Yeah.
are amazing. And
I mean, have you been playing a lot with them, or was that just kind of
yeah, yeah,
okay?
I have been. Leon's probably kind of the most recent, constant in the band. But Scott and I have been doing things forever. I mean, Scott and I and Eric go as far back as like in 2007. We just started a country band to
Hmm.
play covers once a month because we were bored, and it was called the Blue Ridge Rangers. And
Right.
so Scott, if it was always a rotating cast of who was available
Hmm.
for the next monthly show. But Scott's always the constant. If Scott couldn't do it, generally, I wouldn't want to do it because
Hmm.
he's just like the guy. John Spinarski filled in a couple of times, but Eric would do it, and so that band started to grow out of that country band.
Hmm.
And I think I realized a lot of years ago that sometimes I think my stuff is like garagey over here and bluesy over here and country over here.
Hmm.
And when I made the last album,
Hmm.
I realized that's just all me. So
Yeah, they're just different
play with these
sides of the
guys.
coin. Yeah.
Yeah. So most shows I play with them, and then I've got a whole other bunch of guys. But it's hard to call one a B team.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, you recorded some other songs, obviously, as you said, that are in the can. Because I was listening to it, and every song that I went, oh, that good one, good choice. I would go, yeah, but because I'm going, where's Sweet Vanilla? Where's
Oh
My
yeah.
Love Is a Bullet?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I mean, no offense to Boxcar, I like Boxcar, but for me,
Oh yeah.
Boxcar is like the third or fourth best song on
Oh
that
really?
album.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's funny because off the top of my head, I remember we went through Love Is a Bullet, Scott and and it I don't think it wants to be played with a band that big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it was one of the ones you're kind of like, I don't know, if this ends up working.
Hmm.
Um, whereas Sweet Vanilla would work just fine, actually.
But you didn't do it.
No,
Ah, damn it. Well, next time.
for you we will.
All right, you bet.
Come to
Um,
Winnipeg, we'll play it for you.
all right, yeah, you come out here and play that for me. And I know there's that one sort of video up. Did you film the whole thing too, or was that
Yeah,
just?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We got the whole thing. It's pretty, just raw footage, really. But
Yeah, but it goes with again. It goes with the tone of the whole thing. Like you said, it's not a Springsteen thing where you've got a
yeah,
five camera shoot. It's you're in a
yeah,
bar, you're watching the band. So are
yeah,
you going to be posting some more video? Is that
yeah. I think
the
so.
notion?
We're close to Christmas now, and I think we're all going to sit down and strategize kind of what the next move is and stuff. And so I could totally see some more of that stuff coming out.
Hmm. Well, let's talk a little more about next moves because again, it's been a long
Yeah,
time since you had an album out. You said you've been
yeah.
writing some stuff.
Yeah.
Is this kind of step one of a little more reemergence on your part, or what?
Oh yeah, if I can make that happen, it totally is. I I'm just in the currently just submitting to a bunch of folk and blues festivals for the summertime. So
Hmm.
hopefully some traveling around and doing that kind of thing. And I think yeah, in the interim, as we get to the new year, there's a few things I'd like to get recorded, and I suspect probably the next moves are to put a couple songs out here and a couple songs out there,
Hmm.
and because that seems to be the way things go now. It
Right.
it seems to be the way the music business goes now, to just pop another album out and put it out is not the strategy so much as I think that if you can put out a song or two and then a song or two and a song or two and have these little like fence posts
Hmm.
and then maybe put them all together as an LP down the road,
Right.
that might be the way to go. So we're gonna figure it out.
And when you write, do you we talked about these different sides of the coin musically that you've got going on. When you write, do you hear it falling into one of those categories, or are your songs things that then you write the song and then you can put it into one of those spots, depending on who's playing with you and what else you're recording and all those other factors?
Yeah, probably the latter. I'm
Yeah.
trying not to think about that so much. I'm really trying to like, if it comes in my head, just write the damn thing, like
Mm-hmm.
not think about where it fits or where
Right.
it doesn't fit. Because as
I
I
mean,
said, I find
yeah.
if I was to assess it myself, I'd think it has all these divisions. And if I just asked John or Nick, who are really close to me, helping me put the record out, but our fans, they'd be like, no, it just sounds like you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, did you sort of take a gap from writing during COVID and all that when you just weren't inspired? And this is,
I really did.
yeah. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
I really did.
is there rust to scrape off when you restart again, or did it just kind of pick up? Did were you just able to open the tap again?
Yeah, yeah. I think there's always rust to scrape off.
Hmm.
Like it's like always it's kind of like any other muscle in your body. You
Right.
don't really do it. You got to kind of do those hard first workouts. So,
Hmm.
but I find the easiest way to do it is just to sit down and write just random garbage every morning. Like I just kind of flush it out on paper. And then
Right.
and then the ideas start to come, the more concrete ones.
Hmm.
And I think what I've been doing lately is feeling like if I get a good idea, um, I'll get it down and then I'll phone Scott and be like, "Hey, if you got some time, let's do this today or tomorrow, whatever." And we'll sit and do the like work part of it.
Hmm. And are they
Yeah.
usually after that fairly fast, or
Yeah. Yeah,
okay?
we've been having a streak where, I'll come up with like a idea, and then we get to it, and we've probably written it by an hour or two.
Oh, that's nice. I mean,
Yeah.
beats the alternative, obviously. Do you have stuff that's been sitting around for years unresolved or?
Yeah, I actually did one song on the live recording. Again,
Oh, which one
it's
is
not the
that?
final one, but I wrote it. I started it 30 years ago.
Sorry, which one is that?
It's song. I think the working title is "Not Long for This World,"
Oh, okay, okay.
and so maybe it'll see the light of day. I think we got a good recording of it, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's just one that I don't know, for whatever reason, I was never interested in finishing it that much. And then about a year and a half ago, I started being like, oh yeah, I like this song actually. So
So it was a conscious thing. It wasn't like you woke up in the middle of the night going, ah.
no, it was very conscious. It was very
Okay.
conscious. And in fact, I think actually during COVID, I was sitting around playing it and I was frustrated with the way it was sounding in standard tuning. So I was like, what if I change the tuning? And so I did, and then that changed the key, and then it changed the voicing of the chords, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is actually a pretty good song. And I realized that I couldn't remember the second verse to it. And I had it written down in some book that I have no idea where that is.
Right.
So I had the first and the third verse. So consciously, I'm like, okay, I'm going to write this second verse. And then one day it just came to me. In
Perfect.
fact, I think I got two. I just picked the better one.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
And then you've got that Long Riders cover there.
Yeah.
Um, Again, how did you, go? That's the cover because I've seen you cover, 1,000 things.
A
Yeah.
lot of things.
Yeah.
That one came out of the Blue Ridge Rangers country
Oh,
shows.
okay.
So we were doing our country shows, doing a lot of like Western swing in the early days and traditional Nashville stuff. And then of course fitting in some Waylon and Willie, which is like the milk I was bred on. And the more we did it, the more we got doing Burrito Brothers,
Hmm.
and then the lines start to blur. And then by the end of the shows, we're doing Hotel Yorba by the White Stripes, and we're doing Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, again, blues, country, rock, I'm just a rock and roll guy, and I like playing music
Yeah.
loud and
Yeah. I
loud.
mean,
So,
I
that cowpunk scene is close to that.
yeah. But also, talking about that
Sorry.
mix of genres, it reminds me of somebody else who you cover frequently, Doug Somm.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's this, that, it's the other thing. One album's country, one album's blues, and here's a horn
Totally.
section. Here's
Yeah.
guitar.
Where's the groove, man?
Yeah,
Did you
that's
watch
it.
that? Did you watch that documentary on him?
I've seen documentaries on him. I don't know which one you mean.
There's one on Vimeo
Okay.
called fuck, it's like In Search of the Groove or
Right.
Cosmic
Yeah.
American Music or some shit.
Uh-huh.
And it's just about him and his life. And it was so inspiring. I watched it one night and I'm like, yeah, this is why I love Doug, because soon as he was going, oh yeah, this is going pretty good. He's
Uh-huh.
just gonna go over here and do another thing.
Oh
Because he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
care. He
Oh
just
no,
wanted to
totally.
play.
Have you
I
seen?
love that.
There's an old Chris Christopherson movie that he's in.
Yeah, Cisco Pike.
That one. Thank you. Yeah, where he's just
Yeah.
that thing in the studio and he's just jabbering away.
Oh yeah. You get the groove, man. I
Yeah.
love it. I
Many
love it.
year,
I mean,
many
I
many. Go.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say a few years ago, a couple of years ago, I was talking to Steve Earle, and he had
Yeah.
just made one of his tribute albums. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been the Jerry Jeff Walker one. And he was saying, "I'm not doing any more tribute albums." And then he like kind of in mid thought, you could see something click, and he went, "But I might do one for Doug Somm." And I went, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" And
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
he launched into this just perfect Doug Somm impression, like just that rapid, the hippie talk thing, but it was just
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
perfect.
Oh yeah. Not
Yeah,
even
and
surprised. I mean, I saw some footage of him and Los Lobos doing She's About a Mover at the
yeah.
Calgary Folk Fest. I mean, we open our shows with She's About a Mover. So
Did you, I mean, and you got Havers again on keyboards, a perfect Augie Myers.
it's the
Tell me you
first
played
song.
a Psalm song at ANZA.
It's the first song.
Oh, okay, good. Well,
The first
that
song
one
we
better
played.
put that one out.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, Daryl,
Uh-huh.
there's going to be a volume 3 coming
Good.
out right
Oh, good,
away.
good, good,
Like,
good, good.
we got to
Uh,
do it. I really
yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And believe me, we revisited the idea of a double album more than one time.
Uh-huh.
Like we just get down and start doing the math, and we're just like, good Lord,
Oh yeah,
we'll
yeah.
do
Well, I
this.
can totally get it in terms of pressing vinyl and all that, but you've got the catalog, and you've been gone so long that it's a night. It's so many of these songs people like me want to hear. I got to tell you one more Doug Somm thing.
I
A
love
hundred years ago, when I went to South by Southwest for the first time in like '97, and
Yeah.
I went to see Tito and Tarantula, and I'm just standing there in the crowd watching, and I look to my right, and Doug Somm is standing right fucking next to me, and I'm about 6'4", and his cowboy hat just comes like up to my shoulder. He's just this little tiny guy,
Oh yeah.
and I just stood there going, should I say something? Should I say hi? Fuck it. No, I'll leave him alone.
Yeah.
So I was just standing there going, I'm standing next to
Oh
Doug
yeah. No,
Somm.
that would be a thing. That'd be a
Yeah,
thing.
it was
Like
totally a
that'd be
thing. Yeah,
just as big as seeing Willie.
it was good. So you came out of that Edmonton scene in the '80s,
Yeah.
or grew up in it, kind of seeing it.
I would have been a stepchild of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
but you were, early '80s. You were seeing Dinosaur Junior, Junior Gone Wild. Sorry,
Yes.
Dinosaur Junior, Junior Gone Wild, and SNFU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what a great scene that was.
It was really, yeah. Uh, it was a really, really vital scene. Like I was always conscious Edmonton had a good art scene, you know. It was
Hmm.
pretty normal, you know. Um, Even though sometimes some of the bands that people I know now saw in Calgary, never
Hmm.
quite got up that far. But the bands that came out of there, yeah, no, I was really into Junior Gone Wild. I wasn't as much an SNFU guy, um, kind of till later on and went backwards a little bit.
Right.
Um, and that's just me being honest. Like, back then, like punks were over here and this was over here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like those gigs were, yeah. I mean, especially seeing Junior, it was just I wanted to do this. I was like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
want to.
Well, and you had Mo Berg.
Yeah. Um, yeah, like the first time we played a gig as the Taxi Crabs, um, you know, we were just it was like my first time on stage with a band, and Ian Martin was back playing drums, and Ian was in a bunch of different really cool bands. And Ian had on his like super tight skinny jeans and pointy shoes and big hair, and I was like, this guy's awesome. And, like it just felt cool, and that was like the one degree of separation from Junior Gone Wild. Like I was playing with some real guys.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I think one thing about Junior, and it sort of goes to the whole Lewis and Clark thing,
Mm.
is that I came up in a time when people didn't go and play country and wear frickin' button down country shirts and just be like hardcore country.
Hmm.
This was like the nascence of like what would become alt country in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like it, if you listen to Junior's first album, like it's this beautiful, like kind of country, almost kind of cornball sometimes, rock and roll, birdsy thing.
Hmm.
And so then to end up being a band that's playing a country set monthly and end up playing looking for Lewis and Clark, that's not a hard stretch for me because it's like, yeah, this is just all the same shit. And
Yeah,
this is the
exactly. And
stuff
you,
I
well, yeah, and
watch.
you had Jason and the Scorchers at that time, and Rank and File, and all
Exactly.
these other guys who were
Yeah.
blurring all those lines. Yeah.
We sometimes do Jason and the Scorchers version of Absolutely Sweet Marie because
Oh well, there you go.
it's great.
So what are you listening to these days? That's current, if anything.
Mm. Um, what am I listening to current? Fuck, that's a good question because a lot of current music I don't listen to. Um, the I went through last spring. I was on an absolute Nick Lowe tear
Uh,
because he had put out that new record with Lost Stray Jackets,
uh-huh.
Indoor Safari, which is just fan fucking tastic.
Yeah, of course.
And I went and
Always.
saw him, and I just was like, good God, I just couldn't get enough of it. So I bought that, and then I bought his live record,
Hmm.
not just another or not just an Indoor Safari, whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
Um, so I was listening to a lot of that. And no, lately, you know what I got into actually recently, and this is because of some friends, but I really never listened to Kathleen Edwards very much.
Hmm.
And then I started listening to Kathleen Edwards, and I fucking love Kathleen Edwards.
Yes.
And this is sort of me going back to her early aughts
Mm-hmm.
discography, and then I've listened to the new album, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Oh, no,
so
it's great she's
talented.
back. Yeah.
Oh my God, she's such a talented person. I just like wow. So it's you know, I mean that her new record's current, so I guess I could say that.
That qualifies. That
Yeah, it
qualifies.
does. Yeah, it does.
And you said you're still barbering. You still got the shop,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Belmont, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Belmont Barbershop.
How's that going?
It's great. It's great. I got
Okay.
good staff, and it's a fun job to do.
Yeah.
Um, when I didn't a long time ago. I just didn't want to make this my life, my day life all the time.
Hmm.
I like having a day job
Okay. Why?
and play music when I want to.
Oh, okay. Cause, cause,
Why?
'cause why? Yeah.
Why?
Uh-huh.
Um, it's a good question. Because it's hard.
W-
Because it's
which
hard to
the day job or the I mean they're
no
both hard.
the music as your career where you have to pay your mortgage and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not
Yes.
hard to do it if you want to sacrifice certain things.
Right.
If you want to, like the friction of it is like, you know, where's my next paycheck coming from? How am I going to make this work? I mean, we
Well,
saw
and
that.
you'd never be home, and
Yeah, no, there's that too. And then there's that ultimate friction. Like, I mean, I don't know how many people I saw have to really get inventive during COVID to like
right.
make a living.
Hmm.
Um, and I did it as full time a long time,
Hmm.
and I just like having a day gig. It's creative
Hmm.
and it's social, and I like being social, and it doesn't get in the way of doing this. If I want to, when I want to do this, how I want to do this, I could determine that
Right.
because I have the financial stability of doing something else.
Yep. I hear that. And you're like a licensed barber, right, as opposed to a hairstylist.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I
That's
am.
and the difference is straight razor. If I got that right, that's the
Well, I mean, that's kind of like that would be a line, but that line's kind of blurring now. A lot of
oh
stylists
okay.
learn tricks of that, and then like come to our shop and you'll see guys with long hair getting their long hair cut. And, like we're
Right.
all qualified to kind of do a lot of things now, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
not
I
as
thought that was sort of the determination of like what you needed, the skill you needed to have to sort of call yourself a barber.
it might be by the book maybe,
Mm, mm,
but
mm.
I mean, now it's almost more like what's the vibe of the shop? Is it a salon or a barber shop?
Right, 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 right.
When you come to my place, you're probably drinking a beer and listening to Doug Sam, and that ain't no salon shit.
Oh, okay. Well, next time I'm in town, I'll pop
Yeah,
by. You can
you
you can
got
fix
to.
me up. Well, because there's Don Pyle from Shadowy Men. He's a barber. And
Is
have
he
you ever
really?
heard? Yeah, have you ever heard the Cutthroat Brothers?
No.
Yeah, there's two guys. One is Donnie Paycheck, used to be in Zeke,
Oh yeah,
the drummer in Zeke. Yeah, he's a
yeah.
barber, and it's him and some other guy's name is Jason. I can't remember his last name,
Okay.
but they've got like a blues punk duo
Oh,
thing
sick.
going on, and
Yeah.
and they're both.
We should all put out a compilation album.
I think there, yeah, there you go. Hair today, gone tomorrow, or some fucking thing like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be good, hey?
Get on it.
Do it. Let's do it.
All right, my friend. Well, listen, I think I've taken up enough of your time. You probably got to start thinking about going to work.
No, today I'm not going to work to my shop, but I am going down to the rehearsal space because we have to do our annual Keithmas benefit on Saturday.
Oh, okay, right.
And I don't know if you've ever heard about Keithmas.
I have, yes,
Yeah.
but tell people.
Yeah, well, Keithmas is our annual tribute to Keith Richards
Mhm.
and the Rolling Stones. It is the Saturday nearest his birthday that we can make it work. This year's the
Mhm.
13th. His birthday's on the 18th. um, all the bands come and play Stone songs for free, and all the money that we raise goes to the food bank.
Nice.
And we've been doing it 16 years now. And I think the first year we raised about $800, and now we regularly raise over $28,000
Wow, no
for the
shit.
Vancouver Food Bank.
That is great. Good for you.
It's a testament to the organizers that they
Yes.
have made it what it is,
And do you get the pick of the litter for the Keith songs, or how does this work?
We're pretty diplomatic about it. There's a couple that we own, though.
Which would be what?
Well, we Midnight Rambler. You don't touch Midnight Rambler. That's ours.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one I lay claim to every year. But
All
other
right.
than that, I'm too ADD. I got to do something different all the time.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Did you see
and
the
I
Stones
I
in
like
Vancouver?
doing Keith solo stuff too.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
I
Did
always got to do one.
exactly.
Yeah,
Did you see the Stones in Vancouver last year?
I did actually. I was
That was a
lucky
good
enough to
show.
get a ticket given to me, and it was a really good show. Like I
Yeah.
was so I actually saw Steel Wheels in '89,
Okay.
and I was sitting very much closer this time, and I was looking back up where I had sat, and I was like, God, that was a long way away. But they played so well.
Oh yeah.
I just was like, this is excellent, really
I
cool.
know. I mean,
Did
I
you come
went.
out for that?
Sorry.
Did you come out for that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when I bought the tickets and sprang and went, okay, I'm gonna just close my eyes and hit okay, pay and
Yeah,
worry about it later. It was
yeah,
kind of a, it might not be their last time, but it's probably my last time going to see them. And I've seen
yeah,
them a bunch of times, and I had this sort of almost sense of a loyalty and obligation. And I don't know how it's going to be without Charlie. That was a real kind
yeah,
of, and then so I wasn't really kind of expecting much,
yeah,
and then went, holy shit, this is, if I could shell out the same amount of money to see them again tomorrow, I would do it in a heartbeat. Like they were
yeah. I was
that
kind of the
good.
same way. I
Yeah.
thought so too. Yeah, like I always remember that SARS concert they did years ago, and I remember watching it on TV, and Keith comes out and just absolutely flubs start me up, like you're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, what are they doing? But when he did it that night, I'm like, man, he is banging, and
Hmm.
his playing was so on, and
Yep.
Ronnie was so on, and yeah, like Steve Jordan was perfect, and I loved his
Yeah.
sort of Charlie Watts tribute with the suit and the short hair and the pocket. Like he had, I felt like there was just a little bit of a nod going on there,
Oh,
you know.
totally. Yeah, and a great set list. I mean, the audibles that they were peppering in were ones that I was going, oh, okay, we got bitch or whatever instead of she's a rainbow, which would have been fine, but bitch is 10 times better.
Take a bitch all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. And you seen
It-
anybody
it-
else good lately?
um. Yes. What did I see? Jack White.
Oh, okay. First show or second show?
Second one with Big Sugar.
Okay, I was at the first night.
Were you?
Yeah.
Awesome. It was astonishingly good.
Yes, isn't it?
Like I watched that, and at one point I'm like, if you like, I'm looking at it going, this is like if you saw Black Sabbath doing their thing, or if you saw the Stones doing their thing, or
Hmm.
the Allman Brothers. This is his thing, and this is quintessentially his thing, and maybe the best version of his thing since the White Stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And as my buddy Chris said to me, I was like, man, they're good. He just looks over and goes, three guys from Detroit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's what this band sounds like. And I shouldn't say guys, because there could have been a woman in that band, but
Mhm.
they're from Detroit, so
Yeah.
they play the shit fucking hard.
Yeah.
And it blew my brains out.
Yeah,
It's
I
awesome.
saw him. I'd seen him previously on. I think it was Lazaretto or maybe Blunderbuss. I can't remember. But when he had the
Yeah,
two bands, he had the
yeah,
one all guy band and the one all female band,
yes,
and that was very cool. Did two
totally
sets
cool.
and alternated between.
Yeah,
But this was just, yeah. What I love too, and what I thought was so smart on his part was at the very end of every song, the next one started.
oh yeah.
He got the drummer going, got the bass player going, and even if he had to swap guitars or whatever, it's like he got the groove going, and
I
then did what
noted
he
that
had to do, and
I
then
noted
launched into the
that
song.
too. I noted that too. I thought that was so cool how even if he had a guitar change, he'd get it going
Yeah,
and then switch the guitars.
yeah. So
Yeah,
no
that was
downtime, not a second.
no, no. He's so he's so visionary with that kind of like his image and the look and then
Mhm.
everything. He's just really like honestly one of the best artists of our time.
Oh, and yeah, and
Like
it's
in
it's
terms
a
of
total package. I mean,
yeah, like in
have you
terms
ever
of
been to
modern
Third?
greats,
Yeah,
there's
have you
nobody
ever been to
better.
Third Man?
No, no,
It's like all the employees have to wear. They can only wear stuff that is black, white, or yellow.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, they have free range, beyond that, but it's like everybody in the building from, the vice president on down to whoever's,
yeah.
putting albums in a box in a back room. They're all
Amazing.
color coordinated, you
I
know.
know. And I admire that so much because I do not have the bandwidth to even organize the same outfits in my band.
I
Yeah,
hear you, man. Hey, look at us. Come on.
I know,
We're
right? But
clearly not
you
styling.
know, I'm more from the like Springsteen, petty, like just go put a show on and
Yeah,
dress how you want to dress. It's okay.
yeah,
No
exactly.
baseball hats and no fucking sandals. That's about it.
No sandals. Okay.
Oh God, no.
All right. No. Okay. Well,
Well,
good to
although
know.
these days, honestly, these days you could wear a Croc. The kids love Crocs on stage now.
There you go. So I hope those folk festivals and blues festivals you're applying to include the Winnipeg Folk
Yeah,
Festival.
we definitely submitted for Winnipeg, so I'm really hoping to come out that way.
Cool.
It'd
There's
be
also
fun.
the Jazz Festival, which is
Yeah.
just a little earlier in June. So,
Oh yeah, right. That's true. I should write that down for sure. Because
yeah, because they, I mean, like all festivals nowadays, they call it a jazz festival, but it's like, they'll have the roots,
oh
you
yeah,
know.
we've done the Jazz Fest here, and
Yeah.
I know jazz.
All right. So with any luck, we will see you out here sometime this summer then.
Sure would like to. It's been a long time since I've been to Winnipeg, so
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
yeah.
I'll look forward to that, and I'll let you go and say thanks again for this album, and I am sincerely looking forward to volumes 2, 3, and I don't know 4 through 7 or however many
Yeah,
you can get
I'm
out of
I'm
it.
sincerely looking forward to hoping to be able to make that happen too, for sure.
All right. Well, listen.
Right
Enjoy the
on.
rest of your day, and
Yeah,
see you
thanks,
somewhere
Daryl.
down the road.
Appreciate you talking.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.